What is this? I keep seeing people who have books like
Apparently, it's a thing called annotating or something. Where people put tabs on certain pages that they find interesting or, whatever. And they write little notes in there, just like little tiny thoughts. I made a video where you can't really, sell them because they have annotating tabs on, like, tabs that you put on, like, your notebook papers or whatever. And plus, you write in them, you highlight certain parts of each and every other sentence, or whatever the character is saying, whatever. I don't do that with my books. Because to me it ruins the adventure for somebody else. It does. Because if you plan on going to a thrift store, like Salvation Army, the Goodwill, any bargain store, any flea market like place that sells used books, and if you see a book that has tabs on them on almost every single page, they're not going to sell. No. They're not going to sell because to me that devalues the book. Now, I'm an avid book reader. Very avid, okay? And I have a gazillion books. Sorry, excuse me. I have a gazillion books. And I've given some of the books that I have not read in a while, that I've already read, away to free libraries, which is like those little houses they can put books in at parks that has playgrounds, shelters where you can have birthday parties, and at the Y or something. Now there's a local Y that I'm close to. It has a little free library that you can put in books. Now there's the Y that I'm near to has a daycare. And has has a game room for teenagers to go to and do their homework and just do whatever, and a little daycare upstairs for the little ones. I normally do that, or go to a bargain thrift store, flea market store, Goodwill, Salvation Army, to look for books or something that you don't normally find in regular mainstream bookstores anymore. And I think I found The Color Purple either at Goodwill or a flea market somewhere. And I never read that book until recently. Couple of years recently. And so I have a couple of thrifted books. Some thrifted Harry Potter books, just to name a few. And for my birthday, my aunt had gotten me a book that I've never even heard of. I can't really tell you what it's called now, but she said it wasn't a new book, but I thought you like it, and I was like, cool, thanks. I don't mind, I really don't mind, because I go to flea markets and bargain thrift stores to, just look around and see what I can find. And sometimes I find really good books. So I tend to buy new books and old books. But to annotate them, that ruins the experience of somebody else who wants to experience what you experienced with this particular book series. Now let's take the Throne of Glass series, okay? I'm almost done with Heir of Fire. If you annotated every book of the Throne of Glass series, and you decide, oh, I'm done reading them, I'm just gonna, take them off my shelf and take them to the Goodwill or the Salvation Army and let them have it. Once a person finds the entire box set of the book series and it's been annotated, been written in, highlighted in, they're gonna think, why did this person ruin a good book series? A wonderful book series. Because if you're a bookworm or a book dragon, I'm gonna go off track here. There was a picture that had a dragon laying on a stack of books. Okay, it said I'm not a bookworm. I'm a book dragon, like a dragon, like Smaug dragon. And there was another one called a book lion, like Simba and Mufasa. So I prefer to call myself a book dragon myself. You can call yourself a bookworm, a book lion, or a book dragon all damn day, but I mean whatever you prefer. But don't annotate your books because it ruins, like I've been saying, ruins the experience for the other person. There's a store in Johnson City called Mr. K's bookstore that also sells music other than books. I've been there once to trade books, trade the books that I brought in and buy another book or books for me to take place of the books that I brought in. It's kind of like exchanging gifts, but with a store. So anyway, don't annotate your books, because then you'll regret even doing that. Because I'm sure that there's a lot of people that actually do regret having to annotate, write in, and highlight in their books that they now know they cannot sell. They'll try to sell them as is, but they're going to lose interest in it because you marked in them, you tabbed them, and they're going to see your little writings in there on what you think, on what's happened, who's this, who's that, whatever. I will never do that to any of my books. I used to dog-ear my books because I never really had any bookmarks. I just improvised with random pieces of paper or cardboard or something as a bookmark. Even a coupon.